Oh, you guys are. Come on. We did this together. We're all doing this together. And I couldn't do it without you guys, just like I said earlier before. But yeah, this has been an amazing ride with all of you.
Apparently, my sound wasn't on for that intro, but oh well. We'll keep moving on. You know what I said. Some of the following questions are what I had from viewers, and also some of my own. I'll leave it up to you if you'd like to also field questions from the chat that we have in here. But um, the first question that we have for the data here is really simple. Is it really Kat or is it Catherine?
Oh, it's Catherine, but I go by Kat. I've been going by Kat since I was 18 years old. So I used to work at this collection company. Um, and the manager, he had the last name Stone. And he told us when we first started working, we had to pick a strong last name. And it stuck with me, and I didn't want to change it. So it's been with me since I was 18 years old.
Wow, that's awesome. So do your parents still call you Catherine, or do they also go with Kat?
Oh, they go with Kat. I made them like so actually my name was Katie and I was named after a McDonald's commercial. I don't know if you guys remember Poltergeist, the little blonde girl.
Yeah.
Well, she was in this yeah, she was in this McDonald commercial with her and her dad, and the dad's in the pool trying to get her to jump in the pool, and he's like, "Come on, Katie, jump in." And she's like, "No, I don't want to get in the pool." And he's like, "What if I get you McDonald's?" And she's like, jumps in. And I don't know why, but my mom got emotional and loved that commercial. And she named me after this silly commercial. But yeah, I actually got them to call me Kat after a while. And it took a few years, but now they call me Kat. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we all know you as Cat Stryker, and I'm actually a firm believer in powerful names. And let me tell you, it's a pretty powerful name. I mean, you're even your last name is talking about like beating somebody up. so, so I think it's a real
I
powerhouse
love it.
name. Yeah. So how long have you been investing in the market for?
I've been investing for about 12 years. I've wanted to invest in my future, and I actually didn't know really that much about finance until I got into this play. And it's crazy how this has taught me so much about, the financial world than in the 10, 12 years that I've been doing investing. It's crazy. And my son got me invested in AMC,
Uh,
and I ended up liquidating everything and going all in.
that actually leads right into the next question. So if you've invested for 12 years and -2 off of that, and that would mean that you've been basically in investing for 10 years, and then you got into AMC and you've been in it for 2 years. But what made you? What kind of brought you to your first purchase of AMC shares? What your son? You said your son. I guess he kind of
Yeah.
introduced it to you. And how
So
are
I
you
had
comfortable
been
saying how old
investing.
he is?
Oh, he's 24 now. So when he came to me around 22 and he said, "Mom, I want to borrow money to invest in the stocks," I was just like, "What? Okay, yes, I'm very excited. Let's go. Tell me what you want to invest in, and I will look into it and see if it's a good play, and then I'll loan you the money." So I did some research. I went on Reddit and was looking into it, and just I thought it was just a great idea because after COVID, I knew it was going to go up, and then I found out they were shorting the stock to oblivion, and I got mad because we used to go to the movies. I'm not kidding you, every week. And we loved going to the movies. It was something special for us. And the fact that he wanted to invest in it, and I knew like fundamental, like I knew it was going to go up after COVID. I just, everybody, you know, it was going to go up. But I I told him it was a good play, so I loaned him money. I got in. Then after I found out how bad it was and how corrupt it was, I got mad and I wanted to get in in it even more. I liquidated everything and went all in. I was so invested in this, and it changed my life in a way that I can't even explain in words. It's hard to explain, but I think it was something the community and everybody coming together and fighting for something that we all believe in that's right. and taking down Wall Street criminals was important for me, and how many people came together and how many people came together to save this company. It was just a big deal for me, and it was a good thing.
When you see how many people are impacted by this, it really kind of gives you that feeling of like of I need to do something, right? I mean, you feel convicted
Yeah,
like I need this doesn't just impact me. This impacts all the people that I love, the people that are around me.
exactly.
And it goes beyond that even too because and I never really thought about this, but it actually goes beyond our just the United States. It goes to other countries. Our entire market and the
Yeah,
way that this is all manipulated has an impact on the entire world. And so
exactly.
being a part of what it is that you're doing that we're all doing here is amazing. Um,
Hmm.
I heard recently that you recently went and saw Adam Aron, so that must have been really exciting for you to see him at the movie theater. Um,
Yeah, it was
I
great.
I had an
What was more
opportunity.
exciting was this. Sorry.
No. I had an opportunity to see him as well recently, not too long ago too. Were there any surprises to anything Adam Aron said to you after you met at the movie?
Not really surprises. It was just him saying that they were just waiting on one thing, and that there was no that bankruptcy was basically off the table. Like we were in a good position, and we wouldn't have to worry. That was the major key thing that I took from the conversation that night. That was really amazing.
Did you notice anything about him in particular that stood out in your mind?
No.
Like for me, when I shook his hand, I remember him having a firm grasp or grip for the handshake, but he also had really
Oh, that's
soft
what I mean.
hands, super soft hands. I was like, whoa, those are soft hands.
Well, like he recognized me, and he was very concerned about me getting sued. He's like, keep doing what you're doing. Just don't poke the bear too much and get, your money taken away. But I told him I made some moves and I'm in a good spot, so I don't have to worry about it. But he was just really, really like just concerned. He just didn't want me to make any bad decisions as far as being in a bad legal spot. But
Right.
he's genuine. He's genuine. I really like him as the CEO, and I think he's doing an amazing job with the company, and he's not going to do anything wrong for AMC. I know what he's doing is, questionable to some people, but he's doing the right thing. He's not going to go out with doing all these other companies doing amazing things, and with these other companies, he's going to screw over retail at his last leg of his career. Hell no, he's not going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that either. So this is where I'm going to throw in that one question that you have no idea, and this is going to be a little bit of an icebreaker here. I heard through the grapevine recently that you got back from a trip to Las Vegas, and as we all know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But I got to ask you, I heard you like to get dolled up when you go. But what do you play when you get all dolled up? Poker, blackjack, craps, slot machines? What's your favorite go-to?
My favorite game is Texas Hold'em. I actually love Texas Hold'em, but I actually didn't gamble in Vegas this time.
Nice.
I just went hung out with apes because I wanted to hang out with the apes and enjoy the company. There's nothing like going to meet people that you've talked to for 2+ years, and you build these relationships and you get to hang out with them. There's nothing like it. I can tell you, like, it was an amazing trip, and it's one that I'll never forget.
Putting the faces to the names and the voices, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like family. Like, it's not uncomfortable. It's not weird. It's it's the camaraderie, and just it's amazing. I had a great time with everybody, and I'll definitely never forget it. And can't wait to meet with more and more apes and more people. It's just amazing.
Trust me, I'll find a way to make it weird. I'm telling you, I have a knack at it. It's like
I mean,
it's impossible for me to not
here
make things weird.
hearing a little bit in here today before the live.
You're like, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I
Yep,
can tell.
yep. I'm one of those. I'm definitely weird. So what? Going back to the whole thing with Adam Aron and saying like don't do anything that's going to get yourself in trouble. What's the status of the Ken Griffin cease and desist letter? Whatever kind of happened with all of that? Are you still getting them, or what's going on?
Well, I haven't done anything with Ken Griffin lately, so I'm not getting him. And I knew there was nothing going to happen because he's all bark and no bite. But the funny thing is, excuse me, he sent it out to me and to the businesses that I was working with and to companies surrounding those businesses. Like he did not want us working with anybody. He sent it to people that were out of business, that weren't even doing. I mean, it was crazy. He was sending it everywhere. And that just shows you that what we were doing was working. And he did not want his name out there. And he did not want anything what we were doing out there at all. It was crazy.
Hmm. Do you
But
have any idea
it just showed me it was working.
like how many? Do you know have any like idea like less than 10, more
Yeah,
than
I
10,
actually do. More than 10.
more than 10?
There
Wow.
was, yes, there was a list of when we were doing the mobile billboards. There was like, I think over 20 locations he sent it to. The plane companies, there was, I think that it's such a small niche with the airplane companies, and he sent it to all the companies. And the lady that I work with that stands up for freedom of speech, she said she got it, and every single one of those businesses that does the small plane companies got it. And it's just crazy how many that got sent out.
Wow. Have you experienced any off the record forms of harassment besides that you think might be tied to holding your position or doing any of the things that you've done? As I don't want to say what do I think some people would say as an activist, but I don't want to call it that. I want to say supporting the movement that it is that you stand behind. What have you experienced anything at all in that process?
That's a funny question because I think we all have as AMC investors. I think everybody has gotten some kind of attack or, you know, just being an AMC because it's ridiculous that we are getting so much negativity and holding a stock. I mean,
Mm,
why do you care what we do with our money? Why do
yeah,
you care? It blows my mind and how much it happens. I don't know. It's crazy.
yeah, it really is. I've had some weird stuff happen for sure. Um, of all the banner flying, truck ads, and ape dressing that you've done at parades, what's the one thing that you're most proud of as an accomplishment that you've done about awareness for AMC cause?
Every single freaking one of them because we all came together and we all came together so fast. It's nuts. I can't believe how tight this community is and how fast we can get something accomplished. That it makes me proud. It makes me feel that we're in something bigger, like bigger than each and every one of us. And I know that we did save the company altogether, and um, we saved it from going bankrupt. Can you imagine this world without a theater company and we're stuck in our homes watching streaming and not being able to go to the theaters? I love going to movies. I absolutely love going to the movies and I love making those memories. My son, I'll never forget those memories. Those were the best times. And we still talk about it.
First
And it's crazy.
dates,
Yeah, first dates.
yeah, all kinds of stuff. In fact, some of my kids are starting to, I guess I almost want to say rediscover what it is to go to the movies. And so it makes me happy to see that they want to just go by themselves without parents or anybody, because it's like they're finding out, they're like, hey, this is cool. This is fun to still, it's fun to go someplace and watch a movie and not be at home in my room on my phone constantly or whatever it is that they're doing, right? It's getting out and
Exactly.
spending time together with other friends and doing something, and I think they need that. The kids, they need it. We all do. We all need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Um,
can't imagine a world without it.
yeah, me either. I really can't. Um, so moving more towards about a little bit about what you do, and I don't think that it's a mystery, but for anybody who doesn't know, Kat does bartend, and so I gotta ask you this question because somebody wanted me to ask you, and to be honest, I'm kind of curious too. What's the worst bartending experience you've ever had?
Hmm. Okay. I can tell you there's been a couple where I've hopped over the bar. and had to stop a few fights. But this experience was the first when I first started at the Kraken, and it was a day shift, which was unexpected. A guy came in and he was really drunk, and I cut him off right away. And he was a big dude. He was a big dude, and there was not that many people in the bar. So he picked up a bar stool and was going to throw it at me. Luckily, there was a guy behind him that was a bouncer before in a different bar somewhere that I don't know. But he helped me out with that situation. And that was a scary situation for me. And I can handle myself. And I'm not intimidated by most situations, but that guy definitely intimidated me.
Wow. That would be scary, I can imagine. Um, is it words? Like, do you find that like words are your best adversary in a situation like that, or is it your fists?
I can
What's
not my fist. I've actually had to stop some fights. I had to pull some girls off. I had to stop guys, and but it's definitely words because they're drunk. They're like adult babies, like kids. I
mm,
call myself an adult babysitter all the time, and you just have to calm them down, and it's really easy most of the time. But that situation was a little different, and I had to yeah, I was a little worried about that one. That was the one that was the worst.
in about a month from now, my oldest son is turning 21, and he's coming out here.
Hmm.
He's in the Air Force up in San Francisco, in a base up in San Francisco, and he's coming back out here to Texas where I'm at, and I have no idea what to get him for a first drink. This is uncharted territory for me, and
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm gonna let you give me a recommendation, but I want to tell you first that on my live stream I created a drink, and I want you to either try this drink or have somebody try it and tell you what they think of it. But I want to just kind of pitch this to you. It's normally called, this is an actual drink, and it's called a Brave Bull. But
Hmm.
it's 2 parts tequila to 1 part Kahlua, and we
Okay,
renamed it.
that's interesting.
I know, right? Who would think tequila and Kahlua? It doesn't sound like it would mix at all. But over ice,
Does it sound? Is it good?
well, we renamed it to the Adventurous Ape because I mean that's pretty adventurous, right? Tequila and Kahlua mixed together. You know what it reminds me of a smoky whiskey. That's exactly what it
Okay,
reminds
I
me
don't
of.
like whiskey, and I love tequila. So all I drink is tequila on the rocks,
It's
and that sounds pretty freaky to me. But I'll try it.
Try it. It's like I said, 2 parts to 1 part, more tequila than Kahlua, obviously, and it's over the rocks, and it's actually a really really good drink. I don't mix. I just pour in the tequila first, then the Kahlua on top of it, and it's what it turns out great. I love it. I was really
So
surprised.
kind of like a floater of Kahlua on top.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yep.
All
So
right, I'll
what do you
try it.
think I should recommend to my 21-year-old son? Like when what should I give him for a first? What's a good first timer's drink?
So I took my 21-year-old son. I told him when he was 21 he could go anywhere in the United States, and I wanted to take him, and I like because I was a young mom, and it's just something that I always wanted to do, and I'm a bartender. But he chose New York, the most expensive place to go with the most expensive drinks. Um, and it is hilarious what his first drink was and what he did. So we went into this bar, and he orders a double vodka ginger ale, and he slammed it. The
Oh,
bartender looked at him and said, "If you do that again, I'm kicking you out."
sounds like he had
And he was,
experience.
oh, he was thirsty. He said that was his reply.
Oh, okay. Uh, that's
But I think there's so many things that you can do for him that are easy to start off with, and then I mean, you could do shots, you could do, but I like to give people Moscow mules. You can start off easy, but
I'm writing it
I would
down.
give him different. I would give him different things for sure. Um,
So
just to
be prepared with
it's
different
20. It's his
alcohols.
21st. Yeah, that's what William did. We went and we tried a bunch of different things, and
Okay.
he, liked some, most of them, and then he didn't like some of them, but he enjoyed it. He had a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, try different things. See what he likes.
Yeah. I'm
I'm sure in the Air Force he's been drinking already though.
I think you might be right, but we won't talk about that.
Mm-mm.
So when this is all said and done, and you've kind of moved off from AMC to something else, what is the thing that you would like to accomplish the most? Do you have like a goal in life or something that you've always wanted to do, or like what are your plans after this?
After this,
Yeah.
I want to find a place in the woods, get a bunker, have one of those mobile buses that you turn into a little apartment, and then I want a warehouse where I can make monsters because I love making special effects monsters. And someday I want to make my own horror movie.
Wow. So today I just got done talking about. Have you ever heard of something called the waking hour?
Mm-mm, no.
So way back in the day when they didn't used to have light bulbs, apparently people used to go to bed like really early because they didn't want to burn candles for a really long time. So they'd go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night. They'd sleep for like
Hmm.
4 hours and then they would wake up for like an hour or two in the middle of the night. And they called it the waking hour.
Hmm.
And then they would go back to sleep for another 4 hours or whatever, and then start their next day. But the idea behind the waking hour, I think, when you start mixing real folk, nonfiction into fictitious tales. I think you get these really, really good stories because you don't know what's true and you don't know what's false. And so when you go look it up, you're like, oh my God, that's a real thing. And so I think somebody needs to make a movie about the waking hour. And I think it would probably be
Oh,
if you want to
I
write
would
it,
look into it.
yeah, you should look into that. I think it's a great way to go. I think you could write something amazing with that. All right, let's see here.
I,
I think I'm on the last question. What you sound like you were going to say something.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
Um, if you had to best describe the future that you'd like to see for AMC, what would that look like?
um, this I've actually talked about this. Um, uh, what I would want to see. Have you ever seen the '80s movie The Wizard?
I'm going to go with
I don't
no.
know how old you are. I don't know how old you are, but I'm 42. And it's a movie where this kid, he runs away with his friend and they go to this gaming competition, and I just thought it would be cool if AMC had like gaming competitions in the theater. I don't know. I just always thought that would be a cool thing,
Wait,
or like VR, anything, or maybe a coffee shop. I mean, there's so many ideas that you could do with it, but I
is that the one
definitely
where he had the
see
power glove?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I do remember that one. In fact, every kid wanted a power glove after that for the Nintendo. I totally remember that. Yeah.
It was a cool movie, and I remembered that movie from the '80s. I love watching '80s movies. I think they were just so creative, and they had more heart. I don't know. I love it.
So
Um,
you want to see AMC doing some gaming integration into the gaming field.
Competitions. I think it would be huge. I
Yeah,
think it would be huge if it had like a gaming competition in the theater. I don't know. I think it would be great.
I
I don't
tend to
know.
think so too. I'd love to see that as well. Well, Kat,
I think it would be awesome.
if anybody else who's here in the back of the Big Tramp, wants to ask a question, if Kat, if you're okay with that, they're more than welcome to
Yeah.
ask you questions. I can also field questions from the chat as well. Does anybody have any questions for Kat today?
I
Was that you, Yucca?
I got a question.
Go
Yeah.
go for it.
Have you have you ever tried the yucca drink?
No, I haven't. What is it?
So it's flor de caña, which is rum,
Uh huh.
orange juice,
Hmm.
lime juice, a little bit of guava nectar, and syrup. And you just shake it for
That
like 10
sounds
seconds.
really good. That sounds amazing. I'll have to try that.
Yes.
I will have to try that. You have to send me the recipe and I will make it at the Kraken.
Awesome. I'll send
Okay.
it to you.
Thank you. It's
You got
awesome.
it.
New drinks.
Hey, Kat, I got a question. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, you said you like tequila, and I guess to you, Cinco de Mayo's every day. What's your favorite? and have you ever had tequila with a worm in it?
You, I haven't ate the worm, but yes, I have had tequila with a worm in it. Abso-freaking-lutely. And my favorite tequila right now is Casamigos Reposado, just because I like the vanilla base underneath, and it's so easy and so amazing to drink and smooth.
Nice. I've had that one. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
And can you one day come and play poker with us in Discord?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
100%. 100%.
We play
You
Texas
rock. Thank you.
Hold'em every once in a while. We get on the weekends. We play a little Texas Hold'em. It's free. There's no charge or anything. It's just fun, fake money, and so and then we
It's
just
my
sit around and
favorite.
chat. Yeah, it's a good time. We have a good time playing, and it's fun. Actually, we
Fun
have
fact:
go ahead.
I went and did a tournament, and I got to the last table, and I placed ninth.
What? When?
Oh, this was a long time ago. Let's see. I want to say 10 years ago. Yep.
Wow,
It was a
that's
lot
awesome.
of fun.
What casino were you at?
It was Pachanga.
Pachanga.
Mhm.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one.
It's in California.
California.
Oh, okay. I should have heard of it. I'm from California. I've never heard of it before,
It's
though.
right above Temecula, like right past Temecula.
I remember one that started with a B. I can't remember the name of it. There's two. There's two of them in the San Diego area because I was in El Cajon area, and
There's Paula, and there's a Sequan Casino.
Sequan is the other one. Yeah,
Sequan.
Sequan.
Mm-hmm.
Sequan, and the other
Mm-hmm.
one was it started with a B. Bermosas or something. I forget what it was called, but it was something like that. But yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
On a side note, pachanga, that sounds like a dirty Spanish word. I don't know.
Barona. Foot Calix says
Verona.
Barona. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Barona is the other one. Oh, I'll never forget that. I lost so much money there. I swore I would never play blackjack ever again. Never again.
I won Paula, and it was a big chunk, and he said that's just he's like, that's just a hold, you're gonna get, it's just a deposit, you're just gonna give it right back. And I was like, what? Why would you say that?
Grandpa Barney was on the chat here, and he said he just wanted to let you know to let you know that he loves you.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandpa.
He's such a great guy.
He really is.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandpa.
I always worry about him whenever they have their winter storms because, I don't know if you know what he does for a living or not, but I always worry about him. I'm like, man, you stay safe out there.
What does he do?
He's a lineman. He works on
Oh
electrical.
my gosh, Grandpa, you're getting it.
Right? I worry about the guy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, especially in those conditions. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Miller says thoughts on Project Popcorn. I haven't actually looked into that yet, Dylan. And that's probably
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna comment on Project Popcorn until I take a little bit more look at it. But I can say this though, Dylan. I do know from my first initial look at it, my first brief look at it, is it's all based off of allegations. And it was kind of interesting because I said to somebody who mentioned it to me, I said, I could call you a moron, but it's not necessarily true. Would you agree with that? And I haven't gotten a response back, but I'm waiting to see, because just because you make an allegation saying that something's true doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. It's just simply an allegation. So you got to be really careful with those allegations and not make assumptions or jump to the conclusion that it's a true thing just because somebody said that it happened.
Right.
Yeah, you got to have proof. So that's probably. But I'm gonna have to take a look a little bit more into it. So we'll see. Let's see. I think that's. I don't see any other questions unless any of you guys have any other questions in the back of the Big Tramp here. I will.
What's your thoughts on Project Naked Shorts?
Ah,
Fuck
yes.
the hedgies.
Yes. I'm surprised you didn't. I wanted to give you a chance here, Kat, to go ahead and is there anything that you wanted to talk about? Because I know you've got that's coming out in what, June?
Oh, the Amazon thing. Man,
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous doing that. I was a wreck.
I
But
was.
I'm very excited to see it because they were really genuine and they wanted to get retail side of the story, and they were very professional, and they had, I loved them. They were great. And can't wait to see what they came up with. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Are you nervous to see yourself on TV?
Hell yes.
I would be so
I
nervous I
don't.
probably wouldn't even watch it.
I am so nervous because I honestly, we had to stop a few takes because I was so nervous, and I'm just terrible in front of the camera, or like this. I'm terrible. I don't know. I'm just, yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. These guys are great, and I love the teaser. It looked great. Can't wait till it comes out.
Do you know when it does come out? What's the date on that?
Yeah, June 5th, next month.
And it's called
1 month from today. Apes Together Strong.
Apes Together Strong. I love it. That's awesome. Somebody asked here, can you please run for office? We don't know.
If I'm not good in front of the camera, and I had to stop to take a few takes on a documentary, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be good for running for office.
Yeah, that's I do YouTube, Cat, but it's not something that I ever imagined that I would ever do. But it was more, for me, it was more about making sure that people had information. I felt like we had lost some of the best information givers out there. And so I felt like the community needed some kind of solid ground that they could rely on, and somebody who wasn't going to sell them out or have some kind of alternative other thing that they might be trying to push on anybody. So, and I just kind of thought,
Right.
like, this is what I can do, but I really don't like doing YouTube. I really don't. It's not my thing.
Thanks for doing what you're doing, because I'm sure a lot of people appreciate going to see that information and need that kind of stuff. So, I mean, thank you for doing that. Thank you for all the people who doing the DD. Thank you for everybody that are in this for the right reasons and that aren't attacking and negative. I tend to block out the negativity.
Yeah.
Really, thank you for what you're doing, Casey. I appreciate it.
I want to, and that's kind of the point that I was trying to get to is that we all have our unique little things that we do, whether it's just buying and holding, or doing a YouTube channel, or going out and advocating what it is that we're going through on banners, or letting the general public know what's happening. Or
just sharing and liking and retweeting, because you're getting out to more people.
Yes.
Whatever the information is you're sharing, everything helps. Every person doing their part is helping another person bring awareness to what's going on. It's amazing how, as a collective, we're doing is helping, and we are making a difference. I believe that with my whole heart, that we are making a difference and we're making a change, and this market will be a different place after we're done with it. And if it isn't, I will keep going.
I really hope so. I'm looking forward to it. So I've got one last thing here, Kat. I always like to close these out with, unless does anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to close this out with a quote. Okay.
You see.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah, I'd like to just say I don't think for just myself. I think you're very inspirational, motivational, and you make us laugh with the things you've done. Do you have any things planned for the future? Any more banners or trucks or anything like that, ma'am?
I didn't because when I did these gift cards, I'm actually finally on the last bout of it. We're giving it to Women's Shelter, and then actually some World War II vets, which I'm very impressed with. Finding this one, but it was a long thing giving out these gift cards. Plus, I had a lot going on with my life. But the only thing that popped up that I wanted to do a banner or a truck or a plane was the Robin Hood BS with AMC going bankrupt. I wanted to fly over the headquarters and talk about market manipulators, and that was the thing that crossed my mind.
With the whole
that would have been epic. That would have been epic. when this is all over, do you have a favorite charity that maybe apes could know about to donate some money to?
Honestly, I haven't even thought about a favorite charity, but I definitely think as a community, when this is all done, we can definitely make a difference in the world, and I'm looking forward to that. And that's something that I would love to be a part of myself. So, I mean, we can all come together as a community and make the world a better place.
That's awesome. I can't agree more with you on that whole Robin Hood statement, because with Robin Hood, I mean, sitting there making an accusation or claiming that AMC was going to be filing for bankruptcy. I mean, really? What?
Oh, and it was a technical error. My
Right?
ass.
I mean, it was just like,
And-
come
and-
on.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody had to
Yep.
approve that, right? I really hope Aron goes after him. I really do. I really
Me
do.
too. Me too. I really hope he does too. That would be amazing. But time will tell. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Here we go.
Hey, okay.
Go ahead. Last one.
No, hey, no, sorry.
Last one.
I know it keeps being last one. Hey, first off, I'm a big fan of yours. Have you noticed a ton of people coming into the Kraken wanting to just get selfies with you or anything since this whole ape thing started?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that? I
No,
didn't
no,
hear
no.
that last part.
Have you noticed a lot of people coming into the Kraken just wanting to get selfies with you
Oh no,
or just to meet you? Nothing like that?
no. I mean a few, but no.
Okay. I'm thinking
Yeah.
in my head there is, but all right. That's good. But you deserve it for what it's worth.
No, I love meeting apes, and I can't wait till I can meet more of you in a bigger setting, because there's nothing like it. Like I said earlier, it's definitely feels like family when you meet them, and it's been the best. So looking forward to that day.
Appreciate that.
Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. And that quote's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I tell you, Kat, you have tread a path that a lot of us have not been able to tread, and you've continued to pave that way in making or creating awareness in the general bubble outside of our bubble of AMC ape owners. So thank you from me, from everybody. Thank you for being that champion of treading in that path that is an untraveled path, and it's a tough path. Thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate you reaching out, and that was an amazing quote. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate.
All right, guys, I will see you guys on Monday morning. That is the conclusion of the interview with Kat, and I will see you all. And make sure you guys spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, take your pets out for a walk because they like getting outdoors too. And above all else, go see a movie, because after all, that is what we're here to do, is support AMC.
And screw
Whatever.
hedgies.
And screw hedgies.
And screw
Sorry
that.
about that.
But above all
Thank you,
else,
Kat. We love
Thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for making me feel comfortable.
absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Love you, Kat.
I love you so much, Pam. I can't wait to see you again.